when you go to a restaurant and you go, oh, can I get a straw?
Right.
And they're like, oh, you're one of those straw people.
Right.
No.
There's a
Have you
stigma.
not seen that video? That turtle had a straw right up there.
Yeah.
Well, they got it out.
Yeah.
I saw it. I'm kidding. I care a lot. My point is they even get little badges now.
Right.
Over a flipping straw
Right.
because I have to ask. I'm not kidding. I have to ask my wife that there was something like I think they questioned her. It might have been at the movie theater. A movie theater. We get like freaking 6 gallons of soda pop.
Right.
And I think she got kind of smart with my wife about it. And I think my wife said, you need to give me 2 or something.
Yeah.
I was
you
like-
gotta the big gulp
like,
it
you
with
out of
2
control.
hands.
Like that's another little, we should go through and see, go find out what all these little badges that people get and where they get them from.
It's such a
straw badges.
It's such a like a Portlandian sort of
You can get
thing,
shamed
right?
for asking for a straw.
Yeah.
It's an option.
Well, what
We
drives
can't give it to you, but it's there.
it drove me crazy that unfortunately I do eat fast food and
Fatty.
and so I'll go through the drive-through and I have to remember to ask for a straw because it really pisses me off. I'll drive away and I want to have a drink while I'm driving, soda pop, and I won't have a straw. And there's this stupid lid that you can't get off with one hand, right? And when you do, it squeezes it, and then where does all the liquid go? In your car while you're driving. It's so...
You've seen it happen, or has this happened to you?
I might have had this experience once.
Rat bastards.
So, but it's like, it's so irritating that people through a drive-through, that these people are going to have this meal to go in their car. And you think that would be a safety issue? Why don't you set them up to be able to do this thing as they have for years? But instead, no, they're going to change it. And then the other is they start putting in these paper straws. Now that's irritating, especially when you're drinking soda because the paper has this reaction with the CO2. And so now you get all this foamy stuff as you're drinking through that
It's a bunch
straw.
of crap.
And then, of course, if you, I mean, I've been guilty of it, left it in my car for a few hours, came back, still ice, in the cup, but the straw had already deteriorated.
Yeah.
I
You have
hate
to
that.
down it.
Oh my God.
And then you have an option of those metal straws.
Uh-huh.
If you want to bust your
Yeah.
teeth out.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
And I just tapped them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Or hit a filling. I have
Oh
2
yeah.
or 3 of those.
Yeah. A little
And-
shock to the system.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that stuff just absolutely drives me crazy, and to me, it's so unnecessary. Like, why do you have to keep needling your population, right, with this stuff? And in most cases, like for Oregon, these are things that are not passed by the people. These are just folks in the legislature that are making these decisions, and there's not enough people who are motivated enough to go back and argue against it, or vote out the people who voted them in. So to me, it's very aggravating,
Because you can't do anything.
Yeah. Well, and they have at the restaurants, I think it's like a $25 fine for every time that someone, and I don't know who's monitoring this, but at any time that they give a customer a straw without the customer asking for one,
Right.
$25 fine every instance it happens. So, if you're at the restaurant, make sure you're asking for your straw.
Yep.
Now, keep in mind though, for me, when I go to a restaurant, I don't normally drink out of a straw anyway. I do like to drink out of a regular cup. So the idea is it's not soda, it's probably beer, and I don't want to drink beer out of a straw. But when I'm going through the drive-through, when I'm, getting food to go, my beverage has to have a straw. Otherwise, it's everywhere in the car. I mean, there's a reason the coffee cup has, a lid. I didn't know that this was a thing until I saw a little sign on. It was like, I think it was like at one of those little Quickie Mart deals, and they had a sign that said there was some sort of coin shortage. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I heard about it a few months back. I didn't know we were still having an issue.
I'm still seeing signs. I don't know if there is an issue because every time I don't pay with cash very often, but every time that I have paid with cash, I've gotten change back.
Yeah,
So is it really that big of an issue?
I don't know. It's, some people say that they're just like trying to get back all the coins and to get rid of them. So there's none of that kind of currency. But I'm not too sure. I've never seen any issue with it. But then again, oh boy. But then again, I don't buy anything. I always had a joke like I make the money, my wife spends it. I still, whatever I have in my wallet is the same thing I had in my wallet 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't buy anything. So,
well,
but all kidding aside, I haven't seen or noticed any issue with the coin shortage. I don't understand it because they were buying it back where you could a little bit more than its value.
Yeah, right.
They also had mentioned that they didn't want people to hoard all the coins and stuff because people are lately been hoarding a lot of things from coins to toilet paper and
to bullets.
And so maybe that was a way for them to release some of that so they didn't have to make more.
Yeah.
But I'm speculating. I don't know if there's really a coin shortage.
I did a little bit of quick research for the show because I do a lot to prepare for. No, I don't really actually, but I did look up the coin thing because I was curious. Like, how is this a thing, right? Well, the feds say that they've been cranking out coins more than they have in the past. And that the problem is that it's a circulation issue. Like there's plenty of coins being produced and that there are places, they say that because the spending habits of people, especially with COVID, is that there's fewer people actually buying with coins or cash. Most everything is via plastic, right? Or it's online. A lot more online stuff. Either you're going out to dinner, you're no longer giving a tip, cash in hand or whatever. It's an order from home and Grubhub or Uber Eats are delivering it, right? So there's a different way of transactions, and there's just no paper or metallic coinage or whatever being transferred between people. And so I thought, well, that's interesting. If that's the case, then why wouldn't these businesses be able to get the coins from these other places? Because if you're buying in plastic, you're not getting change in return.
Right.
So where is the change going? And if the feds are still producing a lot, why isn't it getting to the banks, the banking system, and from the banks to the businesses? Because that's always been the way it is, right?
Right.
Because there's not a whole lot of people who are paying in change, even when we were paying with dollar bills.
Correct.
Right.
Right.
So I don't fully get it. I don't see what is the problem. This would be a good conspiracy.
Something sinister going on.
Right. Yeah.
Like what you were saying is that they were making some because of the circulation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if they are, they're buying it back and then and they're just literally trying to coax people in to literally take it away so it doesn't get circulated, so it is a changeless system.
Yeah, but I don't get why people would hoard change.
Really?
Because, there's not much.
Have you not met your grandma? Even I have a little bit of stash of change. It's just you empty your pockets and throw it in there. Some people collect. My mom has like a 5-gallon thing.
Yeah, I know.
Pennies.
That's what my grandpa
it's
or
just
my
an
grandma
easy
used to
little
have. Yeah.
Quote savings.
Yeah, that big old jar. It's like a beer carboy for those of you who are home brewers, and my grandparents would just throw coins into it all the time, and by the time that thing fills up, who knows how much is in there? I don't know that they ever spent any of it. But even at that's not a common thing.
They did,
right? That's generations in the past. Maybe we're hoarding coins, but the value is not high enough to make any sense. I could see people hoarding like dollars, right? Paper money.
Well, I hoarded 700 or 800 of those
Oh, the Susan B. Anthony.
Those gold ones.
Yeah. Is that what I'm talking about?
Those little gold dollars. I can't remember if it was a Sacagawea.
Yeah,
Susan
maybe.
And because I had little change machines at work, I'd put in 5, and I only, and so I'd buy like a soda or whatever I wanted, and I just take the other ones and I threw it in.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize how much I had. I was just throwing it into a little gun case I had, and it got heavy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have hundreds of dollars. So I just decided to blow it just for fun. I wasn't keeping it for any reason.
Yeah. I used to use those for the Tooth Fairy for my kids. I'd give them one of those coins. So,
I used to go into the banks and ask for a couple of 50-cent pieces and stuff. And I used to keep them in the car.
Oh, dang. Let's not admit to anything on record.
It's way past the statute of limitations.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then you got more responsible.
They were truly only defense mechanisms.
Yeah.
I never started anything.
Yeah. Now you have a loudspeaker. So.
And in fact, I've really mellowed out. That's all I got.
Yeah. 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 Well, I think it's to me, it's interesting to see, coins and stuff. It's just, it's not a practical thing in today's, business world to be using coins. Things cost a lot. And, what I don't get is if, for instance, this was a real issue for businesses, then why not just tweak your pricing structure and make whole amounts, right?
Oh.
Right. I mean, instead of having that $1.99 thing, just make it $2, and then you don't have to worry about the change, because they were talking about coin shortage, not dollars shortage, right? So why not
at least for your own self, fix yourself a little bit?
Yeah,
so you don't have to worry about coughing up.
Well, and especially if this is the direction that you think that things are going to go, then put a little effort into the pricing structure. I get the psychological side of seeing something that's $1.99 or whatever, right? Because you don't see that bigger number. But I think
fine print underneath say it's really $2.
Yeah, but to me, it's like that seems a little irrelevant. Like if you're having a shortage from making change, just change your pricing structure just by that 1 penny, right? Or that 9 cents or whatever it is. That would, to me, seem to solve that problem.
Solve some of it for sure.
I
mean, at least your own personal issues.
Yeah.
From not having to go get change to break it.
Yeah. Well, and I don't.
You only actually get it coming in.
Well, and I don't. It hasn't happened to me, because every time I've seen the sign, I'm buying with card, and the few times that I have with dollar bills, I've just gotten change back. But for the folks that are spending, $5 for a $4.95 item, and they say, "Oh, sorry, we don't have any change." Did the store just make 5 cents? And is that a big enough gain for them where, they can keep playing that game?
Boy, right? You would be surprised.
I mean, how many transactions a day are they getting, right? Does that nickel, add up? Right?
Oh my gosh.
Because
a fraction of a cent adds up.
Well, sure, but not, if 90% of your customers are buying with card, does it really add up? I don't know. I mean, to me, it might be that they just decide, well, if you're not giving me my change back, give me my $5 back and I'll go someplace else. Yeah.